Something tells me we're going to be great friends. I like you already more than I can say, and my first impressions of people are never wrong.
How nice of you to like me so much after we've known each other such a comparatively short time. Hey, sit down.
I may call you Cecily, may I not?
With pleasure.
And you will always call me Gwendolyn, won't you?
If you wish.
And that's all quite settled, is it not?
I hope so.
This might be a favorable opportunity for my mentioning who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. You've never heard of Papa, I suppose?
I don't think so.
Well, outside the family circle, I'm glad to say, Papa is entirely unknown. I think that's how it should be. The home seems to be the proper sphere for the man. And after all, once a man begins to neglect his domestic duties, he becomes painfully effeminate, does he not? And I don't like that. It makes men so very attractive. Cecily, Mama, whose views on education are remarkably strict, has brought me up to be short-sighted. Do you mind my looking at you through my glasses?
Oh, not at all, Gwendolyn. I'm very fond of being looked at.
You're here on a short visit, I suppose?
Oh, no, I live here.
Really? Your mother, no doubt, or some female relative in advanced years resides here also?
Oh, no, I have no mother, nor in fact any relations.
Indeed.
My dear guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I am Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh. Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a ward. How secretive of him. He grows more interesting hourly. Cecily, I've loved you ever since I mentioned it. But now that I know you're Mr. Worthing's ward, I'm bound to state that, well, I wish you were a little older than you seem to be, and not quite so very alluring in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly,
Pray do. I think whenever one has anything unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
well, to speak with perfect candor, Cecily, I wish you were fully 42 and more than unusually plain for your age. Ernest is the very soul of truth and honor. Disloyalty would be as impossible to him as deception. But even men of the most noble possible moral character are still highly susceptible to the physical charms of others. Modern, no less than ancient history provides me with many most painful examples of what I refer to.
Pardon me, Gwendolyn, but did you say Ernest?
Yes.
Oh, but it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother.
Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother.
I'm sorry to say they have not been on good terms for a long time.
Ah, that accounts for it. As a matter of fact, I've never heard any man mention his brother. The subject seems distasteful to most men. Oh, Cecily, you've lifted a load from my mind. How terrible it would have been if a cloud had come across a friendship like ours. Of course, you are quite sure that it's not Mr. Ernest Worthing who's your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I'm going to be his.
I beg your pardon?
Dearest Gwendolyn, there's no reason why I should make secret of it to you. Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
My darling Cecily, there must be some slight error. You see, Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me.
I believe you must be under some misconception. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
It's very curious, for you see, he asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30, so I think I have the prior claim. If you want to verify the incident, right, do so. I never travel anywhere without my diary. I'm so sorry, dear Cecily, since I need disappointment to you, but I have the prior claim.
It would distress me more than I can tell you, dear Gwendolyn.
Or is that yours?
If the poor fellow has been entrapped into any foolish promise, I shall consider it my duty to rescue him at once, and with a firm hand.
Whatever unfortunate entanglement my dear boy may have gotten into, I will
presumptuous. On an occasion of this kind, it becomes more than one's moral duty to speak one's mind. It becomes a pleasure.
You suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I entrap Ernest into an engagement? This is no time to wear the shadow.
It's clear that our social circles are widely different. Quite a well-kept garden out here, Miss Cardew.
I'm glad you like it, Miss Fairfax.
I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Oh, flowers are as common here, Miss Fairfax, as people are in London.
Personally, I cannot understand how anyone manages to exist in the country, if anyone who is anyone does. The country's always bored me to death.
This is what the newspapers are calling agricultural depression, is it not? The aristocracy are suffering from it very much just at present. It's an epidemic amongst them, so I've been told. May I offer you some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Oh, thank you.
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Cake or bread and butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is rarely seen at the best houses nowadays. You filled my tea with lumps of sugar. And though I most distinctly asked for bread and butter, you have brought me cake. I am known for the gentleness of my disposition and the extraordinary kindness of my nature. But I warn you, Miss Cardew, you may go too far.
Save my poor, innocent, trusting boy from the machinations of any other girl. There are no lakes to which I would not go.
From the moment I met you, I disliked you. My opinions are never wrong in these matters. My first impressions of people are invariably right.
It seems to me, Miss Fairfax, that I'm trespassing on your valuable time. No doubt you have many other calls with similar characters to make throughout the neighborhood.
Ernest. My own Ernest.
Gwendolyn, darling.
A moment, Ernest. May I ask you, are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
Dear little Cecily? Why, of course not. What could have put such an idea into your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may.
I knew there must be some misunderstanding, Miss Fairfax. The gentleman whose arm is at present round your waist is my dear guardian, Mr. John Worthing.
I beg your pardon?
This is Uncle Jack.
Jack? Oh.
Here's Ernest.
Cecily, my own love.
A moment, Ernest. May I ask you, are you engaged to be married to this young woman?
What young woman? Good heavens, Gwendolyn.
Yes, to good heavens, Gwendolyn. I mean Gwendolyn.
Why, of course not. What could have possibly put such an idea into your pretty little head?
Thank you, you may.
Miss Cardew, I thought that there was some slight error. The man you're currently embracing is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief.
Algernon Moncrief? Oh, are you called Algernon?
I cannot deny it.
And is your name really John?
Deny it if I liked. Deny anything if I liked. My name certainly is John. Has been for years.
Gross deception has been practiced on both of us.
My poor wounded Cecily.
Sweet wrong, Gwendolyn.
You will call me sister, will you not?
There's just one question I'd like to be allowed to ask my dear guardian.
An admirable idea. Mr. Worthing, there's just one question which I'd like to be permitted to put to you. Where is your brother Ernest? We're both engaged to be married to your brother Ernest, so it's a matter of some importance to know where your brother Ernest is at present.
Gwendolyn, Cecily. It's very painful for me to speak this. However, I will be frank. I have no brother Ernest. I've never had any brother. Never of any kind, nor do I foresee myself having one in the future.
No brother at all?
None.
You mean you've never had a brother of any kind?
None of any kind.
Cecily, I think it's very clear neither of us is engaged to be married to anyone.
It's not a very pleasant position for a young girl to suddenly find herself in, is it?
Let us go into the house. They will hardly venture after us, though.
No, men are so cowardly, aren't they?
This dreadful business is what you refer to as bunburying.
Yes, the most perfectly wonderful bunbury it is. The most wonderful bunbury I've ever had in my life.